Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the One More Thing Tech Podcast. As always, ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host, Quasey, who comes on here every Friday to just absolutely demolish your eardrums for the first 10 seconds of the episode. Wait, I messed up the intro. I'm your host, Quasey.
And I'm Adam.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. I have some news that's given me a little bit of trouble.
Which is?
As you all know, for the last month or so, I've been in the market for some headphones. And the reason I haven't purchased headphones yet, you might be like, Quasey, why is it taking so long? Well, I have AirPods right now, so I'm not in the biggest rush. It's not like I don't have any headphones whatsoever. But here's the thing. I want the best of the best, right? I don't want to just go get headphones and they're like pretty mid and they don't have all the features that I want. They don't have good bass. They don't have good mids, stuff like that. I wouldn't say I'm an audiophile, but when I spend $300 to $500, I want to know that I'm getting a great purchase, right? And the other day, I know I said that the Apple AirPods Max were kind of like they're not worth it because all they changed after the 6 years that they've been out was the USB-C port, right? That really... Oh, I lied. They also changed the colors, right?
Colors, yes.
Don't ever forget that. But, Adam, they finally changed other things. After I went on my little rant, Apple told me, they called me up personally, and they were like, hey, Quasey, just for you, this week we're going to release something crazy. And yesterday, at the time of recording, today is Tuesday for us, so yesterday, Apple put out a press release. No announcement whatsoever. They didn't make a new video, send that out. It's just a press release. We just read the press release. Press release says this. Hold on, let me pull it up. Apple.com. Wait, hold on.
While he's doing that, I do recall, I think the very last episode that I said that I think Steve Jobs is who's in charge of AirPods Maxes because they weren't coming out with anything. And then the very next week, they come out with something. Yeah. So that does prove that he is not in charge of them. So that's a good thing.
True. Okay, so the press release just said, Apple announces AirPod Max 2. And I was like, okay, I'm going into this a little bit skeptical, right? What could possibly be changed? I read it powered by H2. That's all I wanted. That's the chip that's currently in my AirPod Pros, and it does some great noise cancellation. So,
but there's more.
I'm happy about that.
That's not all they have, Quasey.
There is more.
There is so much.
Right? There's also, they're getting better sound quality and new features like, I know they're getting live translation and adaptive audio. Hold on, let me go through here. So, Apple claims that the active noise cancellation is getting even better, being about 1.5 times more effective than the previous generation, which is awesome. They also claim that they feature a new high dynamic range amplifier for cleaner audio while maintaining the incredible, this is a direct quote by the way, while maintaining the incredible sound signature of AirPods Max. Spatial content sounds better than ever with improved localization of instruments and accurate and consistent bass response. I want to try these so bad. There's a little bit more. Intelligent features come to AirPod Max. These are all direct quotes from Apple Newsroom. Adaptive audio, which if you haven't had adaptive audio on your AirPods yet, you're just, you're on the wrong generation. Oh, wow. You need to get you some Pro 2s or higher.
I'm going to be discussing with the wife. Let me just say that.
A conversation awareness, another thing that I think has been around for just a bit of time. I know it's been around since at least 2023. Live translation, another feature that the AirPods Max 1 don't have. Voice isolation, so when you're calling, Apple's actually claiming that you're going to be able to use these for like podcasts, like the mics in the headphones for podcasts. So
where do you see that?
Oh, I forget where I saw it, but I know I saw it. Hold on. I know I saw it.
I just had to mention this, not to cut you off,
Yeah, go
but
ahead.
this is huge for me. It's like Quasey said, I'm not really an audiophile, but I'm really close to that, I would say. The fact that you can plug it in as built-in DAC, because it'll support 2448 lossless audio, when connected with USB-C. That's actually pretty nice because, well, at this
Awesome.
point in time, most over-the-ear headphones should just really have that at this point. So it's really nice. And, man, it's going to be really nice to even have that. So, of course, that requires you to plug it into a device that also supports that. But
Yeah,
what a nice feature, I gotta say. Huge
indeed.
upgrade.
Oh, here it is. Studio quality audio recording allows interviewers, podcasters, singers, and other creators to record their
Yeah,
content with.
right on the page.
Yeah, I mean, it's right there, 2 under. But it's going to have the new camera remote feature, which is where you can use your AirPods to take photos. It's on the AirPod Pros 3s. And now it's coming to this AirPod Max generation. It's also got loud sound reduction. Did you say hold up?
Yeah. This doesn't make any sense to me at all. So, for the studio quality recording with a mic, apparently, if you go down to the very bottom where it says number 5, studio quality audio recordings may not be available in all regions, and availability may be vary due to local laws and regulations. Who is saying you can't have this and why?
I
That's
couldn't tell
dumb.
you.
You have a microphone, right? Well, you get to have Dollar Tree quality style microphones in this state. If that's a state, Quasey, I don't want to live in.
Agreed.
I don't know why that would be a restrict. Is that like because it's close to your head and it's like cancer? I don't know what that means. Is it cancerous or something? That doesn't make any sense to me.
Did you know that dang near everything is known to the state of California to cause cancer? Like, you go to California, it's on dang near every label.
It is.
It's something else. I didn't know that there's so much cancer in California.
Well, I think California is the biggest known causing cancer thing in California, just California in general. So
Really? I don't know, because I was over there.
Well, it's just the air
we didn't have
quality,
softball-sized hail. All right?
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
I'm really upset because I came back to Illinois after a wonderful, wonderful spring break in California. I got to see my family. I got to see my grandparents. I promise you, if you want to hear about the AirPod Maxes, just skip ahead like a minute. And then I came back here, and I stepped out of the airport. It was cold, right? Later that day, it started snowing. And I just don't know why I came back to Illinois. I should have stayed in California. It was actually so warm and so nice. And I walked around shirtless, and it was awesome. I did my little run outside shirtless. And I can't do that here, which is just a tad bit disappointing. But I think I said camera remote, loud sound reduction, right? That's a feature that I use all the time on my AirPod Pros. I always, like, if I'm going to an event that I know is going to be loud, I pop them in. Then again, I always have my AirPod Pros in anyway, so I'm really not popping them in. But it kind of lowers the volume around you. So, like, let's say there's a bus that's coming, and it's just, right? At some point, it's going to lower that so that I'm not losing my eardrums. And then personalized volume, right? That's been a great feature for quite some time. It gets it. I don't know about great feature because sometimes it turns my volume down, and I know I turned it off, but I know some people like the feature. And finally, Siri interactions. Now, you might say, Quasey, what are Siri interactions? Well, Siri's going to talk to me, and I'm in a crowded elevator, and I have, like, it's going to say, Grandma's calling you. Would you like to pick up? No, I wouldn't, Siri. You kind of do this little head motion right here, and Siri gets that. Or if I don't even know what to say yes to, but you can go like this for yes. So those are awesome. And now, my thing is, Adam, if these AirPod Maxes don't come with an off button, because we've seen that before with the first two releases, if these AirPod Maxes don't come with an off button, which I'm really hoping they do, are you still purchasing?
Oh, yeah. I'm so used to it now, Quasey. I shouldn't. I should not at all be used to it.
I think we should collectively boycott these headphones if there's no, what am I trying to say? If there's no off button. Because I remember the biggest complaint from dang near everybody who I had review it was that the headphones when they first came out, I know they didn't even have like an ultra low power mode for when they were off your head, right? And that's crazy because they have the sensors. They know they're off your head, right? They just don't want to preserve that battery power. So that's really annoying. I'm hoping that it's not going to be like that. So
I'll clarify something. So what seems to me like and what we see with the specs is they really want that always on kind of style for these. And I will say this. When you put them into, they call it the bra, most people, but when you put into this, the battery lasts like a Nintendo Game Boy at that point. Just know that. Now, when they're outside of this and lay on your desk or something, expect by next morning that they're dead. It's a guarantee. Now, that might change with the new ones, of course, but the mine are kind of old now, so maybe the battery's kind of going down some, but I don't use them a whole lot, so it shouldn't be the case. I'm just letting you know that this does put that into a very low power state where I think it just pings it basically at this point. So if you're worried about the battery being like diminished the next day, it just really isn't. Like, just a great example. Yesterday, I should say, these were on.
yesterday.
I used them. Yes, I used them at work. Put them into the case, and they're at 98% at that point. And I think it went down 1% overnight using this morning. So if that gives you any kind of clarification, they really do conserve the battery quite a bit. So do I want a power off button? It would be nice, but I don't think people are complaining about the power state when they're in that case. So
no, I'm hearing about it when they accidentally leave it out overnight.
That is a guarantee they'll be dead. Like, I don't think even the new ones will solve that issue because I don't know what it is about that case that you must have this in the case for it to be in that state, but they use a ridiculous amount of power outside of the case, and really for no reason. You're not listening to like Metallica on high lossless audio when they're not in your ears. I don't know, but I will say in my case, I've seen them die overnight when they're not in the case. And maybe there's something I had on that I don't know about. You know, who knows? Maybe something was playing in the background. But that's just my case. So I do want to get the new ones, though. I think it's a great upgrade. I've had these for a long time, and that'd be a welcome upgrade because then again, this is the last device that hit it back. The last device that I had that uses lightning.
Okay, let me ask one more question. What color would you get?
What color do you think I would get, Quasey?
Probably the black ones because you already have the black ones.
That wouldn't change. Now, here's what I'll say. Back to the.
Here's what I'll say. Continues to say nothing.
Midnight. Midnight is the only option that there really is at this point that I would choose.
Okay. I mean, I'd probably get the light blue one. I don't know what it's called exactly.
If I was going to choose a second option, it would be that. The other ones are awful colors.
I don't know about awful. The Starlight one is not that bad. I think really the only awful one is like that little coral one. Again, I don't know what the color is. I'm pretty sure it probably says it here.
It's weird.
Orange is just not it.
They actually
That's not orange. That's like pink, bro. What?
I know. They actually use, which is interesting to me, the color choices of these are just a color name, not like Starlight or, Midnight or, well, there's Midnight, I guess. But that's the only non-color color there is, really, besides Starlight and Midnight.
Yeah.
Blue, purple, orange, Midnight is Starlight. It's just kind of weird that they did that, but
yes.
I think this is a last-minute change, too, because I heard, and not even Mark Gurman mentioned these in leaks. Like, this was the most locked down product I've ever seen from Apple. Ever. There was some speculation from people that we've seen, but there's no true hard evidence of any sort, no CAD files, no like, hey, I know a buddy that works in this department, none of that. So I don't think people were even fetching for these leaks because I think we all assumed they weren't going to come back at all. That's why I assumed really. But do you think that these changes, Quasi, are going to make people have a higher chance of purchasing these as AirPods Maxes, or do you think people are going to still go with the Pros?
I mean, yeah. So, it really depends on the style of headphone that you like. I know
Okay.
I personally am indifferent to it. I like for my everyday use, I prefer earbuds because they're just convenient. But I remember back in high school, in my junior and senior year, I had this pair of headphones that I always wore. Like I still had AirPods at the time, but I had this pair of headphones that I always wore, especially like before big games and stuff. And I
Okay.
wore it because the bass is better. I don't want to say the entire audio is better, but there was definitely a lot of stuff that I liked in those headphones. The noise cancellation was great. I
Good.
don't
Gotta
remember
have
what
that.
brand they were, but dude, those headphones were awesome. And I realized I missed. Well, I have headphones today, but they're like wired and they were like $50. So they're not like the world's best headphones or anything, and they don't do too much. And I'm also missing an ear cup on them. So it's time for an
Ooh.
upgrade. And I'll let you guys know. Right now, I'm in between the Sony Alt Wears, which are honestly the cheapest ones that I'm looking at, but it's only because of the bass. One of them, I was watching a review video. If you press the button 2 times and you get the ultimate bass, it's not even like the guy said it's not even music. He said it's just a skull rattling experience, and I kind of want to experience that. But I'm between the Sony Alt Wears, the Sony XM6s, and the AirPod Max 2s. So we're gonna hold off to next month. I'll go to Best Buy. I'll try every one of them on, and we'll see what we like. But I want to hear you guys' opinions, right? Let me know what you guys think would be the best for me. Um, and also, I'm not entirely sure about this, but I know there's a Sony equalizer app. But is there like an equalizer for AirPod Maxes, or is it just like the thing in settings? Do you know? Or
I good
I'm,
question.
let us know in the comments, right? Also, while I'm talking about the comments, why don't you go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and share the video if you want to. You don't have to do any of those things, but it'd be really helpful to us. And according to
Appreciate
YouTube
that.
statistics, only like 12% of people who actually watch these podcasts are subscribed, and I don't even know what it looks like on Apple or Spotify. So just according to those analytics, and according to our TikTok too, people watch our videos all the time, don't comment, don't interact or anything. So if you just want to interact, that'd be great. It really helps us out a lot and it'll help us grow. But back to the topic. I don't even
So,
remember what the topic was at this point.
so the equalizer. To answer your question, there is a equalizer that's adaptive with the H2 chip, and then your adjustments for that you can use in the Apple Music app if you still use that, Quasi.
I know.
And there's no like dedicated anything besides that within and settings there will be, of course. So that's your answer, I guess. There's not going to be what you think like on the headphones as a equalizer of any sort. No.
Yeah, that is rough. Wait, where would I find that on the Apple Music app?
That would be. Are you ready for it?
Yes, I'm so ready.
That would be under boy, settings, music, EQ.
Hold on.
Which is where I mean, if you have Apple Music, it's where you should be going anyway. I
I
guess it's not
just,
in the Apple Music app at all. It's literally under
yeah,
settings.
I'm just not seeing it. I'm just,
Music. I mean, it's got to be there.
hold on, ladies and gentlemen. I promise you we'll get back to your regularly scheduled content here in like 10
Yeah,
seconds.
you go to like just the
Oh,
settings
apparently I
app,
already have it on
music.
increased bass.
Oh, mine's off for absolutely no reason.
Yeah, I just don't know how you do that.
Well, that's changing to increased bass as we speak, so that's really nice. I also love the animated artwork with Apple Music. Is it necessary? No, but it's
No,
visually
I think that is
wonderful.
really cool too.
I
Like
love
it's
that.
the animated artwork on Apple Music is arguably way better than that
Because
of
it's not from the original artists. They're not
yeah.
doing. I mean, maybe some are, but not like, like from the '80s bands and stuff. They're not doing that anymore. So it's kind of cool. I like that. So Quasi, I guess the
Yeah.
question is, are you getting these?
Am I getting these? I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. I'm torn.
I would.
The XM6s have the best in class noise cancellation. They have a great equalizer, and then the alt
Okay,
bass
hold
or
up
the
a
alt
second
wares
here.
have yeah.
When you say best in class, define that. What are you
Like
trying to achieve exactly here?
when you put these headphones on, right? Or let's say you put on AirPods Maxes, right? There's going to be a tiny bit of a noise that comes through, right? Maybe the chip isn't able to concentrate on picking out different voices and isolating those to send the reverse sound waves through to cancel those out. With the XM6s, it's not a claim that they're the best in class. No. It is a legal like they are literally the best available noise canceling headphones on the market.
So you want to be walking on the street
And
and
not
right
hear jack.
behind you a
Yeah, I
building
want there to be
falls
like a semi
down
truck.
and there's absolutely like a piano and several different very loud things that fall down.
Yeah.
And you want no hearing
I don't
of
want to
that.
hear it at all.
Okay. So you want that kind of. See, I have never thought that the noise canceling with the AirPods Max, even the Gen 1, was bad.
Well,
Like
I
I
don't
just
think
did
it's
a
bad.
test, and like I just turn it on really quick, and then like I can hear still like a tapping if I tap the desk, but it's not. It's to the point where I want noise canceling, but I want to be aware of my surroundings. Like if there's like a guy using my arm for a gun rest for a shotgun to shoot like birds or something,
Right?
besides him touching my arm, I want to know that's happening, right? So that's a weird example, but I'm getting that right. I won't be able to
I
hear
think so.
something like. And I think their adaptive noise cancellation too is really that's impressive to me. I don't know how they can do that so well, but that works very well. Now, and this it has to be a lot. I mean, it's going to be better for sure. So, and I wonder if that's really because of the the ear puck thing that you have. Is that the reason for it, or is it just the software as
I think it's the
experience?
chip.
I mean, yeah, that's a huge part of it. So
But
I
also
want to
right
see a
now
comparison
XM6s are on
because
sale
I like these. For how much though?
for $60 off, dude. And right now they're
Okay.
selling for $398, which is a lot less
It is.
than that 550
I
that I'm
don't know.
gonna have to
You
shell
also have
out
to
for.
keep in mind, Quasi, these are going to be very integrated with what you have now for your ecosystem,
That is the other part.
and you will
Like
not
it's
have that with Sony.
it's
Really.
it,
Not
it
their
comes to the
fault.
point where
It's
it's
just
like, what do I want more? Do I want great audio, or do I want to sacrifice just a little bit of audio for convenience?
now.
And
Are you
I'm
Are
torn.
you talking about? Just sorry to interrupt. Are you talking about great audio as in wireless audio or plugged-in audio?
Both,
What do you
dude.
primarily do?
So it's
Wait,
definitely going to be primarily wireless, right?
okay.
I'll be using them mostly when I travel because I have my everyday wears. I'll be using them mostly when I travel, mostly in the gym, right?
Okay.
Oh, that's another big thing. I do not want to hear my gym's music, right? Yesterday they were playing some bangers in my gym, right? But that's not the norm. I don't want to hear the little K-pop they got going
It
on.
just can't
Not that
be
I'm
any
not a fan of the
worse.
K-pop guys, even
It
though I'm
just
not.
can't be any worse though than what Chipotle has for their mix of
Yeah, I don't want to
music.
hear that either.
There might be one song that's decent or good, and the rest of them you're like, did some pants fall off a shelf? Like I don't know.
Yeah,
It's just not good usually. What I'm trying to say though is, I'm not sure, and you can do this of course, but I'm not sure if I would wear these for a gym experience. Not because they're not built for it. I would just fear that I would like knock them off or bump them off or something,
and then drop
right? I
a
don't know.
ridiculous amount of weight on them. That's a fear of mine. That is a fear of
Yeah,
mine.
or somebody else, right? Maybe someone's going behind you and doing a curl and just knocks them off. I don't know. That's a weird example again, but
I mean, it's possible though.
I guess here's the next question that no one really has ever answered. Can you like take the ear muff part? I know you take it off, but can you like just wash that like with soap and water and just
On
let
the
it
AirPod
dry?
Maxes, or
Yeah.
I think so.
There's no reason why you shouldn't be able to. It's literally just
Yeah,
magnets
it's
and like fabric and stuff. I like that too, and I have never had to replace them. But they are
yeah. I
also
heard they
awfully
last.
expensive to replace from Apple. And you can get aftermarket ones for whatever price you want, but I would probably stick with the ones from Apple. Here's a quick story. A long time ago when I bought these, the same year I went to California. That's not really relevant. The point is this: we took a plane ride to California, and we get there, do California stuff, and on the way back, wear my AirPods, listen to music, and watching a movie. Great experience, right? Except for, I put my little case bra thing in the like netting area of the seat right behind me, storage area. And I just kind of forgot all about that they're there, right? I'm going to leave the plane, get my stuff, and I'm gone. I had these on still, put my adaptive noise cancellation, ready to go. We get into the car, we're like 25 minutes away. I'm trying to, I'm like, where is my case? And my wife's like, I thought you brought that with you. I said, no, I just didn't.
Oof.
It's on the plane still.
Oof.
It's in probably Texas, Wyoming, wherever. It's not near me at all. And I'm like, I'm not even going to bother calling the airlines because
You probably have like hundreds of people lose them every day. They definitely have.
no, they probably have a process for this very thing. I just had zero hope that I was going to get them back. Someone's going to take them and use them for like to put their Kleenex in or something. I don't know, but I wasn't going to get them back. So I'm like, I'm going to call Apple. I gave the Apple the absolute truth to say, hey, I just bought my AirPods a week ago. I left my case for the AirPods in the plane, and I just don't see any way of getting these back. Is there any way I can get a replacement, right? I wasn't asking for free ones or anything. Now, mind you, they don't publicly
They don't
announce
publicly. I'm
publicly
sorry. I gotta
announce
stop.
words. They don't say this the price of these, right? They tell you when you lose them. These are about $89, just so you know, to replace.
That's the cost of one AirPod to replace, by the way.
It's ridiculous.
No, it's
Now they're
absolutely
built
crazy.
well. It's nice, whatever. Apple just was so sorry this happened to me. Apparently, they just sent me a replacement for free,
Oh, must be nice.
and I'll give them credit for that. So, point is, don't lose this. This is very important for them to not die consistently.
Yeah.
So
you will be regretting it
story.
if you lose them.
I did, and it was no one's fault but mine. It wasn't like I tasked my wife and making sure these came with us. It was mine. It was all me, and I just dropped the ball there. So, any case, that's the one thing I would say: just make sure you don't lose that, or maybe have a spare. And I'm not sure if aftermarket works for that. They might, but just don't assume they will, I guess. I want to get them though, Quasi. I definitely do. I know it looks the exact same as what I have now. Here's what I will say. If you get these, I have this right here. It's like kind of case over top of them. Recommend that highly because it's all metal, just so you guys know. You'll scratch them, you'll do whatever. It's not good. Just make sure you have them protected. And it's super cheap. It's like $20, I think, for this little case. You want to get that, trust me. It's worth every penny. But all that being said, I think I want to get these like a lot much. What about you, Quasi? I mean, you're on the fence. I would recommend that you get these because you have never had the AirPods Max yet. I think you should experience them for yourself.
But also, I've never had Sony XM5s or XM6s. Now, the XM5s are actually also on sale, and they're like, when they first came out, they were like $400.
They're very good.
Like, dude, they're some of the best headphones on the market.
I hear
they're no longer the best because, there's a...
But I think you will. I'm not saying they're not good options. I'm just saying they will lack the Apple ecosystem functionality that you might like.
This is true.
That's the one thing you're going to lack, and they can be the best at headphones, but they can't be the best at that. So I don't think you'll regret this. I don't think you will. There's just, you like your AirPods Pro so much. This is a different use case, I think, but it's going to be something I think you're going to like a lot. Definitely.
Let's
Okay.
hope.
We should go on the next topic. Let us know in the comments
Yeah.
if you guys are getting these. I really want them. I think Quasi is liking them as much too, and we'll see if he gets those. Okay,
All right.
I want to bring this up because this is something that we talked about the MacBook Neo when it got announced.
Yeah.
And oddly enough, this kind of shocked me a little bit. iFixit has publicly stated now with their iFixit repairability score that it is the most repairable MacBook in years. Now, if you know about MacBooks and repairability, there's very little you can do yourself because Apple kind of makes it difficult. Not impossible, but very difficult to do. So when it comes to like replacing the battery, replacing RAM and your storage and all that stuff, Apple doesn't really want you to do any of that. But they've made this a very different approach with repairability. And I wanted to pull up an iFixit site right now, just to give you an idea here. Pull up one sec. I didn't pull this up. I should have ahead of time. It should be a lot easier than this to find this. MacBook Neo. They're scored for repairability, but I'm trying to find it. Quasi, it's just not as easy as it should be. I'm not sure how Mac Rumors found anything because guess what? There's nothing on iFixit's site about the repairability.
They probably have the
whatsoever.
insider details. Just
Boy, they just don't. So what is it? What do they say here? Sorry, TechCrunch. 6 out of 10, which is a lot better than what you usually get with the Mac. So I want to bring this up because this is a shift and change of Apple, and we don't usually see this with MacBooks that are easy to repair. So that is a good step forward to Apple, and I like that. Quasi, what are your thoughts?
I mean, yeah. So obviously, the Mac Neo is made for those who don't, or maybe can't afford. They don't need it, or they can't afford the most expensive Macs. And with that, you gotta appeal to your consumer base. If I'm buying a computer, and I know I have the option to accidentally drop said computer at any given point in time, it's good that I can get that screen replaced for not more than the price that the computer costs, right? It's also good to see that if maybe a speaker stops working, I can unscrew it myself and change the speaker with like 2 seconds of experience, right? So I just think that this is extremely consumer friendly, and we always love when companies do stuff that are consumer friendly. So props to Apple. Good job, Apple. I love to give you your props when it's due, and keep it up.
Yeah, I'm very excited for this. Okay.
All right, so while we're on the topic of Apple still, this is going to be our last Apple topic. Oh, man. The iPhone 5, which launched back in 2012, yes. It was the first phone with Lightning. And now Apple has moved them from the vintage list of products to the obsolete list of products. Now, I don't have an iPhone 5 in my household anymore. I don't think I've had an iPhone 5 in my household for quite some time. But it's been 7 years, and as such, Apple has, it's been longer than 7 years, but usually they mark things as obsolete after the 7-year mark. And honestly, we're just going to take a moment of silence really quick for the iPhone 5. It lasted for quite some time. You will be missed, iPhone 5. Now, it's not like you can't go online and find one for like $1,000, right? But also, why would you want to do that?
Didn't be that much money. Hopefully not.
Wait, hold on. Let's see what the prices are looking like.
If it's $1,000. I mean, maybe brand new in the box.
iPhone 5.
That would be silly if it was that
Shopping.
expensive.
Ooh, $7.64. Ladies and gentlemen, you can go get one of these right now. What am I talking about? Never mind. Don't get this one. This one's broken.
Let's see what new is though.
Oh yeah. And I completely
Sealed
messed
in
it up.
box, $401.
Dude, that's not bad.
Sealed in box, $324.
That's not bad at all.
I mean,
That might be release price. Like, that's not horrible. But what is horrible is that it's obsolete now. So that kind of sucks. But that's the significance of this is obviously it's the first Lightning phone. And honestly, that just means that Lightning is starting to become obsolete. So if you still have an iPhone running with Lightning, let me beseech you, please upgrade this year. The iPhone 17, just the base model. I'm not going to try and upsell you to anything. Just the base model iPhone 17 will get you so many more features, starting with USB-C. But also you have the dynamic refresh rate that goes up to 120 hertz now. You have a great battery, great camera, great everything, right? So just do yourself a solid. And
sorry for the interruption. Can we
no,
just...
good.
I'm going to send you a link. Because I don't think people realize one great thing about the iPhone 5C, Quasi. And can you share your screen? And we're going to discuss this live together.
Okay, whenever you
I
want
never
to
bought a
send
5C.
link.
So this is something I did not experience, to be very clear. But I wanted to bring this up because this... And actually, before you share that one, here's a better one. Don't share that one yet. This is a better one right here. Just better quality picture, I should say. Okay. One thing that I just don't give Apple credit enough for is how phenomenal the iPhone 5C product casing was. I kind of want them to do this at least one more time because this was something that was peak for packaging. So just pull up that image, Quace, the very first one, and just enlarge it.
Hold on.
Right there. Tell me that is not a sick design for a product box. You don't see it now. It's just like box, open box, there's device. This is like, you can see it before you even open it.
This is true.
And it was all plastic, and I don't know. I love this design for a case. Sorry, a box.
I don't know how in love I am with this box, to be quite honest. I kind of like the little static that you get, you know.
No, I like that too.
Experience.
I'm just saying, like, it may not how thick it is, maybe the rounded edges. I'm talking about just how your phone that you might be getting, you can see it all the way. I like that. I like the transparent very top and housing of the rest are underneath. That to me is like a really cool idea for a box because first off, the color green there was a good color green. I promise you the same person makes the colors now. It's not the same person from back then. That person has retired or something or moved on to somewhere else because that's a good green. But you won't see that ever again. But in any case, what I'm trying to say is I love that package design. But back to our topic, this hits home a little bit for me because I remember Lightning being in a time when we went to 32 pin before that, which was okay, but it was really not the best connector at all. It was bad. Like it just they often broke really easily. You couldn't hopefully secure your device in the way that you plug it in and you knew it was going to work. It was kind of flaky. Lightning, when it came out, was such a good connector. It wasn't the fastest transfer speed.
Great.
It wasn't the fastest charging, but it didn't need to be because it was, you could just go reversible either way.
Yeah, that was probably the best part about it.
The best part of it.
They had micro USB at the time, and man, was micro USB
that was
a struggle to put in.
Things still use that, by the way, and it shouldn't. That should be like banned from Earth, really, at this point. It's not, no, stop that. What I'm saying, though, is it was a great connector, until C came out. And I know Apple took a long time to go to C, and they finally changed just about everything over to C now at this point. In fact, I think at this point, everything is C.
Yeah, I don't think they saw anything that's not C. I could be wrong, but I don't think.
I wonder, does the new Studio Display have a C port and Lightning still? I don't think that would be the case. That'd be a very silly choice if they did.
Yeah, I just can't imagine.
Yeah. Since they're swapping ports on things, they should just do one more swap, and that's the mouse. Don't make the mouse charging port on the bottom of the mouse.
How are they going to get you to talk about it then?
It's so silly. That's just a weird thing. But in any case...
It's definitely a marketing tactic, because they used to just have batteries in it. But I guess nobody wants to use batteries anymore.
Well, it's still a battery in them, just how it charges is weird.
Yeah.
But the Lightning connector is something that I loved when it came out. I remember getting, the USB-A to Lightning, and that was a thing. And then they did C to Lightning. That was another thing. And, this is the last device that I had besides some controllers for my Apple TV that use Lightning. It's just kind of like we're at a place now where Lightning is no longer going to be a thing. The MFI certification is completely changed now because USB-C is everywhere and everything, right? Which is nice too. So I like what they're going with this, but it's just it strikes home a little bit to see this happening because it was a great era of time, and now we're seeing this shift, which is a good shift. I'm not saying it's a bad shift. It's just seeing this kind of change just brings back where Apple used to be, what they are now, to me. I don't know. It's it hits home and it's sad for me at one point, but the other side of it, I like the new changes. USB-C is a far better choice. But back then, Lightning was like the best choice there was. I know USB-C was starting to come out with things, and that wasn't awful, but it was more so Apple wasn't quite ready yet to pull the plug, and they finally did. I really thought it was kind of sad that iPads had C before iPhones. Doesn't that seem weird to you?
I mean, not really.
Why?
It just made sense, right?
It didn't.
So
not at all.
iPads are being used for everything nowadays, and Lightning wasn't a universal connector. And there were some things that you would want that you couldn't use Lightning with, and it only makes sense to.
People are using iPhones in movie studios for multi-shot cams.
Yeah, but also like the speed that an iPhone could transfer out, the transfer rates were just not that high, so it didn't make sense.
Because it was Lightning. That's my point. So why take them so long to change over to C?
I don't know.
It only benefits them, right? So I don't
Definitely
know why.
Didn't hurt.
I think the reason why, this is my take, it could be wrong. How mad would you be as a manufacturer of accessories if Apple's like, guess what, guys? Next week we're going to USB-C. And you just paid for all the certification for
all this
MFI.
Yeah.
That's the reason why. They had to roll out slowly because of that, because there was so many accessories, car chargers, chargers in general, and everything else. And I remember, I would always tell people, do not buy a non-MFI cord because you're going to have a bad day, right? It might work for about a month or two, and then it's going to stop working. And now there's still that certification. There's still a different type of C connector for the iPhones and iPads and stuff. But that I don't really see the MFI logo on stuff anymore as much as I used to. It's still there for things, but you don't really have to. Now it's more MagSafe.
But I don't think.
Yeah, I think more it's MagSafe now, the MagSafe certification more than anything. I mean, is that kind of Apple's way of saying we have C now, but we might go portless soon? Which they shouldn't.
I don't think they're going to go portless. If they were going to go portless, they would have already done it. I just don't think.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I don't think portless is in the future.
I do like C a lot. It does a lot of different things now, including expandable storage, which is also huge for us too. Not that some people will need to have that, but it's nice to have if you're recording high-res video, stuff like that too.
This is true.
Anyway, let us know in the comments. Did you guys have Lightning? Did you like it? Did you not like it?
How could you not like it?
Well, there are people that hated it.
Those people are sick.
I don't know who. Yeah. They need to go to check themselves in to get evaluated. I think it just doesn't make sense to me at all.
I agree.
So, so in any case, it's officially now, guys, obsolete. Now, 2012. That's a long bit ago. It's a lot of time ago. So no one can say that that's not something that didn't last that long. That device was supported for a lot longer than I thought it would from Apple. Props to them. Good job, Apple.
All right.
Okay.
Whoa.
Next topic. This is going to be a very heated discussion from both of us.
I think it's going to be heated between the two of us. I think
not like we're going to disagree. I'm talking about like we are both equally upset at this thing. Would you say it's an accurate statement?
I don't know. I just think I'm a little bit more upset. You know, I use this app a lot.
Okay.
I feel like I use it all the time. You know,
okay.
It's getting on my
nerves.
But
you did not use this app, by the way, during
all right, stop.
Sorry.
Okay. The Eagles lost and I uninstalled.
I wasn't trying to bring up the Eagles. I'm talking about that time periods where you just stop using this app. We're talking about Instagram, guys, okay? Instagram, i.e. Meta, chose a very, very odd thing to do with their app. They took away end-to-end encryption and didn't explain at all why. They said in an update that this is going away in March something or other, and that's it. That's just going away for the DMs of Instagram.
I'm like already getting upset, and I'm trying to hold my anger.
Don't hold it back. This needs to be voiced because there is no reason this needs to be a thing. Does this mean that Meta wants to see some DMs of people, some certain images or conversations at their will? Because this means they can do that, right?
Yeah.
Facebook or Meta employee can just go say, well, what's so-and-so discussing with their best friend right now that might be a private conversation or it might not be. It might be explicit, it might not be, but we're just going to read that because guess what? Our tasks are done for the day, and we're just curious.
Yeah,
we're Meta.
We have nothing better to do.
That is what I would call an invasion of privacy.
I agree.
Why?
I have no disagreement with you.
It's one thing to announce it, but to give no explanation why. Is it because the app is too much in storage now? You're really just saying to us that you want to read what we are saying, and we're not going to explain why. If there is not a lawsuit with this decision, I would be very shocked.
Now, here's the thing, Adam. It would make sense if they were saying, we're taking away end-to-end encryption to give you something much better. Nobody's ever going to be able to see your text messages. No. Instead, I'm a Meta employee. I think that what you said was so funny that I just have to share with my coworkers. Mind you, I should have never seen what you said. I just know that you're having a hoot in your DMs, and I want to laugh at what you and your girlfriend are laughing at. I want to see the reels that you're sending your girlfriend. So I'm gonna violate every aspect of your privacy, right? Do a disservice to all of humanity, right? And take away end-to-end encryption so that I can now see, right? Now I can understand. Maybe let's find out. Did the EU pressure them into doing this? I just feel like that's something the EU would do. No? The EU didn't pressure them into doing that?
Oh, you know what?
Did they?
This is something that it's not public unless you dive deep. Quasi, as we are talking live, I know the reason for it. Meta has faced intense pressure from governments in the US, UK, and EU to have chat control for regulations to prioritize safety and privacy. And removing end-to-end encryption allows Instagram to do just that. So they're saying that by removing this, they can scan for harmful content like PDF file content, and they can also comply with warrants that they can just seize conversations if there's a crime committed. That's their reasoning for it.
I guess, bro.
Not good. No, not good reason at all. You're just saying that. So what that tells me is you're telling us that because there could be a crime or could be some not safe for work images that might not be legal, that this gives us the reason to scan for everything else. So that does not say here that they are doing this because, well, there might be this on your account. No, we are giving the option for us to do whatever we want on your account, regardless of what laws you may be breaking or not. So what they're saying is this is a loophole that we're creating for this kind of thing, but you don't have to say that you committed a crime to even go through it.
Boy.
But this isn't just UK government and EU. It's not that. It's also the US government as well. So they're getting heavily regulation pressure to open this up so we could scan for this. Okay, and on the one side of things, I understand if you committed a crime that there should be some evidence presented. I get this, right? At the same time, here's the issue with it. Not every discussion that you have on Instagram and all that stuff should be very public, right? And most of the time when you see the word DM, it's a direct conversation with somebody else or a group that you want to talk with, right?
Yeah.
And most people are not live streaming that conversation because it's private. So if I'm talking with my wife about specific things, right, with our child or whatnot, or maybe we're discussing, which clothes to get her or whatnot, we don't necessarily want that made to be public, right? Or,
Sure.
What if we're having a discussion that just should not be public at all? Now they can just at will read that. So if they're also saying that there was a low adoption rate of doing the internet encryption, that's also a stupid thing. Don't say that whatsoever. That doesn't make any sense. This is a blatant invasion of privacy, and I would encourage everybody just to not use it in protest. That's my opinion. I mean, this makes me super upset because we have so little information about us online that is private at this point in time, whether you're in any part of the world, right? There are certain apps you can use, there's certain things you could do to make things private. That's great. But the government controls most of what we do in our lives anyway with certain regulations and laws and all this other stuff. So what little we have left for us to be private should be there, and there should be regulations against things like this. And the government, agencies, companies, and so on should not, because they want to, make this public. That is not okay with me. I cannot at all agree with this for any reason because it's bad. They're trying to have a little loophole and say, well, if you're doing something illegal or you're doing this C-SAM content and all this other stuff, that's why we got to keep it open. That's your excuse to open it up.
It's a bad excuse, but it's okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Like I can kind of see where they're coming from just a little bit, but like,
well, it's one thing if I had been arrested for several times for this very stuff, right? Or I'm a criminal at large, or it's one thing. But if I had never been convicted of a crime, or have had no evidence of such a thing happening to me or with people around me, why am I a target for them to do whatever they want to do?
Couldn't tell you.
It's like getting pulled over from a cop because you have a cheeseburger in your hand. Yeah, I committed a crime, but because I can pull you over, I just will because I want to. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of not, it's unconstitutional, really. Like I said, our rights in America and what we can do and what we can't do in our privacy is by the day diminishing. And that is terrible.
Great, yeah.
And this is not good. This means that not just Meta employees and government can see us, but really it gives hackers even a bigger, easier access to your information too.
Your stuff is cooked.
So that means like they can get right past the login, and the traffic getting sent from your device to Meta servers can be intercepted and just it's open. There's no like shields of any sort. this just tells me like when this is not a rumor, by the way. This is confirmed happening. It's happening on May 8th. So I will just never use Instagram DMs ever again.
Yeah, that's just not great. I probably
And I
will
think
still use
people
them, but it's not gonna be because I want to. But
I gave my take, Quasi, like what's your pros and cons for this? You can
I
get mad
know.
upset, just let it out.
Okay, so I know that they are still keeping it for WhatsApp, right? So they're probably trying to push you towards WhatsApp with this end-to-end encryption being taken away.
Well, I'm okay with that. That's
Maybe
good.
don't get pushed towards WhatsApp. WhatsApp isn't bad at all. Don't get me wrong. I use WhatsApp all the time. I'm lying. I have WhatsApp installed. I no longer use it all the time. When I was in Guam, I used it dang near every day. Nobody texted in Guam. We all used WhatsApp. Nobody used DMs, right? Now,
Can I watch it for 1 second though before we get too far?
yeah,
So Meta owns WhatsApp, correct?
correct.
How long before it happens there too?
That's what I'm saying. I'm I like WhatsApp's whole thing though is that it's end-to-end encryption. So if they get rid of that, I don't know how many users they'll lose because most of them are grandmas. But I do know that at least for people who care about their privacy, who care about their security, it will
Everybody
be
should.
yeah,
Even if you're not doing anything bad. Like that's the thing. It's not that you're suspected to do something bad. It's that, you know, your information should be private if you want it to be, right?
indeed.
It's one thing if you want to post that you're going to Burger King to get some food or whatever publicly, that's one thing. But if you're having a conversation with somebody and maybe it's like this, maybe you don't want your spouse to know what you're getting them this awesome gift, but you're asking their friends, hey, what should I get them for their birthday or their anniversary or whatever, right? And that's information that's private so they don't know about it, for instance, right? And now, well, they can just find out because it's not hard to do anymore, right? It's a kind of a bad example, but like that's the instance of something that's not bad, but it should be private, right? So they don't know that
Yeah.
the surprise is happening. I don't know. Sorry, Quasi.
No, you're completely fine, dude. But let us know what you guys think, right?
Yes.
Obviously, we dislike it, but maybe you guys can justify it to us. Let us know, right? We want to hear you guys' arguments. Join the Discord. That's the easiest way to get to talk to us. Also, I know we're like an hour in. If you stay this long, you guys will know that as of Wednesday, March 18th, you guys will have seen a message in the Discord with I don't know if it's gonna be like a Google form. I still gotta figure it out, right? But we're pushing out a giveaway starting tomorrow, right? It's gonna last for 2 weeks,
2 weeks.
you guys, yeah,
Oof.
you know, you guys are gonna have an opportunity to win. I originally we were gonna give out Game Pass and PlayStation Plus, but then it occurred to me that that didn't make sense to do, and I should just give out $25 gift cards for each because that's almost
Well,
2 months for both instead of
let's
just one
include
month.
Steam with this too for those who do PC. So I'm not saying we're going to buy both. We're just going to the winner gets to
Yeah,
choose.
you get
Just so
to
you
choose.
guys know.
Obviously, we don't want to give you Xbox gift card if you don't own an Xbox, right? That would suck. But just let us know. We'll throw them out, and then you'll have an opportunity to win one of those. But you will
More
have to.
detailed Discord. That's
Yeah,
so
more details will be in the Discord, and then
we
we'll
don't want to give too
release.
much on the podcast, but yes, it's going
Yeah.
to be a giveaway. And let's just try. So Quasi does not win this one as well because I know you guys want him to
Oh,
win
I'll
last
happily win
time,
it. I will happily
but
win it.
I will enter as well just because. But yeah, this is a giveaway for anybody, and the choice is going to be, just to be clear, an Xbox, PlayStation, or a Steam gift card, $25. Choose what you want to do with it. We'll put some rules and how you can enter and stuff like that in Discord. That's coming very soon. So look there for more information. If you have any questions, just reach out on Discord. Okay, last topic before we get to the end and all that fun stuff. So this one I'll let you take, Quasi. It's not a long one, but it's a good one though.
Well, it's about that time that we talk about the best music software in the world, right?
So wait, I thought you were going to Apple Music here, Quasey.
Absolutely not. Apple Music is awful. No, it's not awful. It just
Awful.
has one feature that, or Spotify has this one feature that Apple Music doesn't have. But that's not what we're talking about today. We're gonna talk
Okay.
about what am I trying to say, bro? My goodness. Hold on, Adam.
New feature
I'm
with
struggling to
Spotify.
speak. Yeah. Sorry, everybody. Spotify has a new feature where it on Android the playlist folders are going to kind of change a little bit, right? This has been a feature on iPhone for quite some time, right? You're gonna be able to organize your library way more efficiently by grouping those playlists into folders, and then on top of folders, you can have subfolders, right? And you can view these folders in the mobile app, but you like for years on end, it's been exclusively available to make on the desktop client. But now it's not on iPhone, but now it's coming to Android, right? And hopefully it comes to iPhone here in a second, right? So they've seen the reason we know this is because there's new lines of code in Spotify's app on the Android Play Store, and so it's more speculation, but it'd be really cool to know that you could do this
Yeah,
on Spotify.
it's pretty confirmed with the code that's been identified by Android Authority. So, yeah, I mean that's gonna be a nice way to organize things if you have a lot of different pieces of content you listen to. So it's really nice. So we want to bring that to your attention. It's not public yet. It's a version of code coming soon. It's in beta right now. So wait till there's an official announcement for this. But coming very soon. So kind of a leak really quick for you guys for that. All right, let's go to the app and product of the week. Quasey's
All
favorite
right.
little part of this.
So, do you want to start with your product of the week this week?
I would
Which-
love to do so.
Very interesting
Let's go with
product
that
you have
first.
here.
I know it is. So
Let's share the screen.
yeah, Quasey's going to share a screen. So I don't have this yet, but I like this concept and this idea. I think with natural disasters or just power outages in general, it's always good to have some backup power. And I know you can get power banks and power stations to do this, and that's a great thing to have too. But this is a very portable solution where you can see in that picture they're holding in their hand. So it's a 36-watt portable solar charger. This does not include a power bank. It should be very clear, but it has USB-A and USB-C out with DC ports as well. So this allows you to charge your Mac even. You can charge your phones, your iPads, your just about anything you want really, and just with the sun. So I think everybody should have a portable charger for devices like this in case there is a power outage. And maybe you're on a beach somewhere and you need to top your phone off and you don't want to bring your charger with you or your big power station. Well, now you can just use this. So I think it's very good for like emergency power backup, backpacking, hiking, and even camping. So for that price point, it's a pretty good price. It's usually $60. It's 21% off.
Wonderful.
This is what I would suggest right here. And it's so small. It's like the size of an iPhone, basically. It's a little
This is
thicker, of
true.
course. Yes, I might be getting this. It looks very nice. Mine is the 36-watt ultra portable solar panel.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now, mine is a PlayStation accessory this week. This is something that I purchased last night. It will be here tomorrow. Actually, I kind of purchased it this morning. Oh my goodness, I can't I can't copy and paste anything. This is not going well. Hold on, right here. I couldn't copy and paste the link, but this is the Power A twin charging station for DualSense wireless controllers. DualSense controller charging, charge Sony PlayStation PS5, officially licensed. All right, it's officially
All
licensed.
right. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
you
a
know,
that's
Power
a
A is
very
a great
licensed
brand, right? Now,
Huge brain.
I got
Yeah.
this simply because of the aesthetic, right? I typed in PS5 controller dock, right? And they had this one, right? And then they had the official PlayStation one. And it would have been cool to have both controllers facing the same direction, but I think it was so much cooler to have them facing opposite directions with the little PlayStation logo on both sides, right? The official PlayStation one just does not have a logo anywhere, right? I guess it has a logo like right there on the top, but it's not enough, you know.
It's not enough.
And I didn't want any like really cheap ones that weren't officially licensed, so that's why I'm recommending this one. Now, granted, I haven't used it yet, so I don't know how effective it'll be. I don't know how fast it'll charge, but I'm honestly getting it to charge my controllers overnight. I'm not getting it because my controller batteries are like dying constantly. That's not an issue for me. My controller batteries actually last me an amazing amount of time.
Oh yeah, they're a lot better than they used to be. Absolutely.
Like, it's awesome. So, yeah, I would
Cool.
recommend this to you,
That's a
even
good
though I
price
have not
too.
tried it out myself, but it will be here tomorrow, so I will let you guys know.
Good. My product of the week
No, you
is
already did
called.
that.
Sorry, app of the week is Noted. Noted is a an app that I wish I had when I was younger and going through high school and stuff like that, even college, where
Did
you
you have
can.
apps when you were in high school?
Yeah.
My fault.
Oh yeah, there was a. I mean, it's only four, like the channels that your parents always say. There's like three
Yeah.
channels, but oh yeah, we had apps. But yes, this will record. So I I always found it difficult. I think professors and teachers, when you take notes and you're typing them out, talk faster than they really should, so you can't hear them clearly or type fast enough. And this is a way that you could just put your phone down on your Apple Watch, and then it's going to record what they say and then transcribe it, which hopefully is accurate enough, right? But you can go back to the recording from what it sounds like and listen to it anyway if you want to just do that again. So it makes notes for you, and it's not to be lazy. It's more so you don't miss things that they might have talked about that you didn't
Right.
hear or you weren't there at that point. So I know this is a really cool thing, and it transcribes it, and you can listen to it back if you need to, which is a really, really cool thing. So you can pick up good points that they talked about. Because like he might have said like four test answers, and you didn't really hear that at the time, and you can go back and listen to it. So, any case, mine is Noted. It's rated very high. It's Editor's Choice from Apple as well. It's over 4 years old. And there's in-app purchases, but I do not think you need to have that to use the app. That's just more features they add to it.
Okay. Well, my app of the week this week is going to be Starbucks app. And I know
Okay.
I've used the Starbucks app before, but the reason I'm bringing it up is because they just recently changed the way stars work. And right now I'm a green member, and I kind of
Me
want to be a
too.
gold member, but I just do not want to spend $2,000 on Starbucks this year, which is kind of what it takes to be a gold member now. But they changed their app up. There's a lot more. Hold on, let me actually just show you guys. Starbucks. Ooh, Starbucks. Oh my goodness, I opened the McDonald's app. Get a load of me. All right, so here we go. They got the new little rewards tab, right? Your stars expire unless you make a purchase. So I'm gonna have to go to
I don't
like
like that.
no, they expire every 6 months unless you make a purchase. But they already expired every 6 months beforehand. So, but now they have like you can get a cake pop for 60 stars. Right, that's kind of awesome. Or I guess it's up to $2 off your order is what it says. That might be misleading. I don't really know. Hold on, order here. Bear with me, guys. I haven't ordered anything uh, from Starbucks in a while.
Does say it does give you like a little spot that tells you when your stars will expire. So I guess that's nice that you get
Yeah,
that.
but I really like how they redid their app. Domino's recently redid their reward system, or not the reward system, but their app as well. So they might be getting a shout out one day, or I guess it's technically a shout out, but they might be getting a dedicated app of the week here soon. So yeah, just good things all around, right? It's not
Yeah,
great things, but it's not
it's
bad
it's a
things. So
nice little
good things.
feature. I like that 1 star is $1 spent, and not
I
like
don't,
some reward systems where
because
it's
you need
like,
like $250 spent to get 250 stars. That's horrible.
no, no, no. Like some places will do this. When you, okay, Chipotle is a great example. After you spend about $850, you might get a free meal, or some stupid like that. So it's
Okay, yeah,
like
Chipotle is pretty bad.
what they do? They get me so mad, Chipotle, and I love Chipotle, don't get me wrong. But I hate this. They'll say, you have rewards available.
Oh my
And
goodness,
you
they
think
always email me that.
have like a free guacamole or chips, but you look a little further and it's free when you spend your points.
Yeah.
That's not free. It is free, I guess, but it's using points to do so. How about you just getting it for free more often than you do? That's all I'm saying. Come on, Chipotle, do better. In any case, we should probably go with the one more thing segment quickly too. Was there anything happen besides our big disaster here, which you don't want to
Oh
bring
yeah.
up too
Do
much?
you want to tell them about what happened in Illinois while I was away?
So
It only
yeah,
happened because I was gone. By the way, that's on me.
we had several tornadoes go through our area, and thankfully did not destruct way too much of our county. But we did have some damage from several buildings, vehicles, and a bunch of other stuff. Have a friend that's really close to the impact zone that windshields were shattered, cars were totaled, the siding's all messed up, and all this other stuff. And there's like been roofs and houses demolished because of it. So our hearts and prayers go out to those affected and the families and all that stuff too. And like just the process going through insurance right now, because that's got to be terrible. Like
Yeah.
there's like probably 7,000 people going through this right now. So like the adjusters are going to be crazily going through everything, and like claims going to be denied and everything else. And it's really tough right now. So one thing to keep in mind is, fortunately, it didn't like destruct half the town. It was a lot of destruction stuff, but it could have been far worse because that tornado size was not small. That was humongous. I mean, there
So
was
I've
like
heard.
TikTok videos of like where Walmart was next to it, where like all you heard is on the roof and like glass is shattering. Now people did not get hurt there, thank God. But like it was far worse for some people. There's some casualties as well, and that was really bad. I mean, it was a rough day, and it happened like on the radar. It was like a little small little cluster of red and yellow and stuff, right? But it got so destructive when it hit. It was so bad, and we haven't had that in years in this area. So it was an awful time. And then like weather hasn't been really good afterwards. We had like a day of nice, and then cold and rain, and now we have snow and like
Yeah,
blizzard
there
like
is snow,
temperatures.
and I'm
And
very upset.
so like yeah, it's just been kind of rough here with weather lately. But like on Thursday it's supposed to be like 70 degrees almost. I don't, we're supposed to be near spring, not winter again, so it's just weird.
You could
But
have fooled me,
I know, like right now outside your face hurts when you go outside. That's how
dude.
cold
It's
it is.
14 degrees outside.
But it
Oh, I
feels like
lied. It's
worse with
15
the
now.
wind.
Hold on,
Like
let's see what it
right
feels like.
now,
It's
if you
5.
cry outside,
I
you
hate
won't
this
make it to
place.
your car before it dissipates
Oh,
or
I hate this place
freezes.
so much.
It's bad. So
I should
that's
have
kind
never
of our
left
thing
California.
that happened. You can follow the news of kind of where it's at, but it's just one of those things. But
Mind you, ladies and gentlemen, apparently there was hail the size of softballs raining
yeah,
from the sky and just destroying people's cars.
yeah.
It's
I have
unfortunate.
so my friend. Here's how bad it was. So he was outside when it started, and he was trying to put some tarps down the cars and whatnot to protect them. And he had a hard hat on, construction hard hat, not like the little kids one from Walmart, an actual hard hat. And hail hit it and cracked it in half. And I didn't
I would
believe
go
him.
inside immediately.
Well, he did. He absolutely did. But I did not believe that until he showed me, and it was two pieces basically. Now there was still some parts that were together, but like if it does that to a hard hat, your skull could have been way worse. So he
Yeah,
was very fortunate he didn't die from
thank the
that.
Lord, bro. It's
Oh my gosh!
unfortunate.
So anyway, I feel so awful for the victims, and yeah, I mean we man, it's just it's terrible. So Yeah, hearts and prayers go out to that for sure. And we might open up like a donation link if we want to give to some people. And what we'll do is 100% of those proceeds will go to the local donation centers and American Red Cross and whatnot. Look for that kind of pop up. We might be doing that as well. If you guys want to donate to some of the people that had devastating effects to that, and we're going to pass those funds and donations on to those affected because we want to help our community out as well. So, not that we're trying to get praise and all that. So that's not the point here. The point is to help those that need it the most right now, and
Indeed.
it's not us, thankfully. So, yeah, we're gonna probably open that up too, just so you guys know. So, all right, Quasey, is there anything else before we go for today?
Yeah, I mean, I know I've said it like twice this episode already, but go ahead and like, subscribe. Look out for that Discord message because you guys will be the first ones to know. Then we'll announce it via TikTok later in the week. But just be prepared, right? Also, I hope you guys have a great week, right? Stay blessed this week. Maybe find something to do this week. I know weeks can be stressful. It's a stressful time of the year, even though every time of year is stressful. But you know, if you ever need someone to talk to while we're still small, text me. Right, I got you. I'll sit here and talk with you. If you want to talk about how your coworker is just the worst, I'm here for you. You know, just reach out. I've been checking the Discord a lot more recently, so I'm there. Aside from that, have a great week, guys. We hope to see you next week. Share with a friend if you guys like our content. If not, let us know what we could do better, right? If you got this far, comment the word potatoes just so that we know you got this far. That'd be awesome.
Capital P.
Yeah. And Adam, do you have anything or?
No, not this time. We look forward to our next episode next week as well.
Indeed.
And man, we're getting close, Quasey. Really close to season 2 of OMT.
That's true.
This will be episode 50 when it comes out on Friday. That is nuts to me. And we're so excited for this podcast still. We still love doing this. I know we want our views to skyrocket from where we're at right now, but we hope that you guys can help with that. So, yes.
Indeed.
Okay, well, thanks, guys. Have a fantastic week, and we'll see you next week.
All right, see you guys.